mean, there's been teams on teams that have had different roster choices. I mean, you could have gone through 10. You could probably put at least 2 teams together with what Canada has.
Exactly.
Maybe 3. Maybe
for sure.
3.
Like, yeah. They'll always talk about having a B squad to see how they would compare to like this A squad and such.
Okay, well, let's just cut through it and say, what do you think out of all of the forwards, who do you think shouldn't be there? Or who you think you don't think should be there? I mean, they're all Canadian and they all are really good players, but based on play and all that, depending on how you rate it, what do you think? Is there anyone?
There's 2 I'm going to knock out right off the bat. The first one being Mark Stone out of Vegas. This guy is really injury prone, writing the Vegas system. If you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but no, like right off the bat, yeah, I would I want to pick Mark Stone in my opinion. I would have, but I'm gonna play my Habs card here. I would have replaced him with good old Nick Suzuki. But
we'll get that in a minute. But we'll bring up the snub ones there soon, and then we'll take a look.
So right off the bat, I would have taken Mark Stone out, and this could be like up for debate too. But I'm seeing Brad Marchand, obviously, like he's been on a struggling Boston team. Like he's up there in age. This is what I find like just looking at the forward squads. Like obviously, plenty of experience. But age could be a pretty big downfall too, like once you're getting like near the end of your careers. In my opinion, I would have left Stone and Marchand out of the lineup.
Well, the thing is too, is that in my view is like, what's the viewpoint of Canada? Do they want speed and skill, or do you want experience and veteran presence and a little bit of a mix? It seems like they went with more of a mix because in my view, I mean, yes, Marchand is a little older. I think he's going to be just fine. He's a good winger. I mean, he's one of the best wingers out there. Nobody would say no to him on their team, even though he's a pest. No. But either way, Stone, I can see your point with Stone, obviously, with the fact he's been injured and he's had trouble with those issues. So that's absolutely valid in my opinion. Other than that, I see there's some toughness, obviously, with the team. Whenever they got you got Sam Bennett in there, you got Reinhart in there, you got Seth Jarvis is an interesting choice,
right?
To Carolina. But Seth Jarvis is having a great year this year. Right. He's getting a lot more ice time now. He's responded well this year, Jarvis. Obviously, Crosby. I mean, Marner and Crosby to me are locks. Those were a lock choice. Yes. I'm happy Marner is there. Marner's played very well this year. I mean, he always plays well every season, but this is a contract year, and he's playing exceptionally well. I was just about to say,
like, it seems like with every player, like. When's their contract year, they step it up.
Yeah, and Mitch Marner's trying to say to Toronto, like he's said it many, many times that he wants to be a Leaf. That is a whole other discussion for another day.
Of course.
But the thing is that when it comes to Canada, he's one of the best players in the NHL, which is an NHL tournament, by the way. So This is what this is. It's not a Team Canada IIHF tournament. So this is a NHL tournament. So he's one of the best, so therefore he's on there. McKinnon, I mean, I'm not going to go through all of them because they're all excellent choices. But yeah, if I had to find a couple weak spots, I'd say maybe Stone with his injury issues would be maybe a potential replacement player that could come in. And that, I mean, Cirelli's a good player, but yeah, I think for me, Stone would be the only one that would be more of a on defense. What do you think?
Oh no, it's pretty solid. I think they hit it dead on here. No real surprises. Maybe the only one that may stick out is Colton Parayko, like being the way that St. Louis has been playing until they fired their coach and brought in Jim Montgomery after he got fired from Boston. Who knows? Like maybe I'll have that more incentive to like step it up before the tournament begins. But other than that, I'm not seeing any real surprises here other than Parayko.
Well, for me, it's Travis Sanheim out of Philly. There could be other players out there that maybe he could be swapped with, but his Philly's terrible this year again.
Yes.
And I mean, I don't know his exact numbers. I mean, I don't write for the Flyers stuff now anymore. But the thing is, out of the players they have, I'm sure, which we'll show shortly, I'm sure there's somebody in the snub pile that could easily take over Sanheim. Right. But he is a big body, so I can understand that. Parenko's a big guy. Morrissey's, I think, pretty large, pretty big, tall guy too. Big player. Obviously, Makar is Makar, so that's your offense. I like Shea Theodore. I like their defense. It's a good defense. Yeah, I think that again, it must have been so difficult for Sweeney to pick all these
Oh,
guys, like
100%.
because
Yeah.
Cooper, Sweeney, and Armstrong were all involved, right? So
Yeah.
how do you and I mean it just comes down to how they structure their team. And as I said, the discussions have been endless about
Oh, I
who
could just
should be in it.
imagine.
Yeah. But goaltending,
Mm, yeah,
I have an opinion, and
right.
Motombo I think could have been replaced by Logan Thompson, but
Yeah, even as a
because
head.
well, Logan Thompson played with Aiden Hill. They
Right.
won a Stanley Cup together. To me,
Exactly.
I would have put Thompson in there.
Right.
100%.
Agreed. I would have put in Logan Thompson, Aiden Hill. Obviously, he deserves to be there, but no, yeah. The biggest surprise, even I'm a Habs guy, and
Right.
I was even surprised to see Montembeault made the team. You did have a couple shutouts throughout the year, but yet again, like the defense hasn't been there as of late for him to like light it
Oh
up.
yeah. And Thompson